Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and hope you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and I'm back with another dose of tanking justice. Today we see the boys from ID taking on LHP. Now, if I sound like I'm talking a little slower than normal, that's because I am absolutely wrecked. My junior managed to fly kick me right in the head while I was helping him with his Taekwondo sparring today. So, I've got a bitten through tongue and a whole lot of love. Now here we go, we got the boys from ID, we got Tensidim, Aaron, Gayem, Campon, Gramixan, IDS and AMX 30B versus LHP. Now the boys from ID obviously very, very well known from their time at the Twister Cup in New York. They went very well there, ended up coming second overall to C4, the Pride of Asia. So the boys from LHP are right up against it from the get-go. Now tonight we're going to be going round robin. We have 4 teams doing their level best. It's one battle each. They will take each other on. Whoever has the most points at the end of that will go through to the final, where we've got it divided up into 2 groups of 4. And you can see straight away, very different from the NA server live stream that we did yesterday, or the day before rather. Gramixan and Co are spread out right across the back of the map, and they are attempting to cap the B with Aaron from ID. The guys from LHP are pumping up to the A cap, and the C cap looks like AMX 30B is going to take the C cap all on his own in the Object 140 there. Now the ID guys are centered right around that B cap, doing their very level best. We've got E100s, IS7s, Mouses coming along. Aaron could be in strife here. He's been isolated, but they have cap B. Massively important. If Aaron can get out of this without getting wrecked, they are going to have a 2-cap win strat in place. Now, Aaron's pulling back over the top of that hill. They're getting cap points from both, and they are immediately in the ascendancy, which is brilliant news for all concerned. LHP pushing up. They've got the 1 cap. They are very much at the back here. Standoffish, a lot of time left on the clock, but they are going to be behind by cap points quite significantly if they don't make some kind of move in the next wee while. And you can see Tensidim at the back there, pushing around, putting tank in the mouse. Love it. Putting tank in the mouse. He is very, very low on hit points, and he doesn't know what's around that corner. The guys from ID are actually in a little bit of strife here. They are low on hit points. Gramixan in the Leopard with only 124 hit points. He's going to have to conserve. He's right at the back. Very, very, very much at the back of the map. And you can see AMX 30B, Gramixan, the spiritual leader, is down. Having a little bit of a stream issue here. It's not going through. That's great. That's absolutely brilliant. Why is that not working? It's coming through right about now. We're on a 4-minute delay. Come on, buddy. Get your act together. And we're not getting any data. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The guys from the ID guys are looking okay. We're about to start streaming. Happy days. That's going to work. Let's go. Come on. Sync that preview player. Sorry, guys. This is absolutely nightmarish here. Tensidim in all kinds of strife. They are 5 on 5, 5 on 6. They've swapped cap sides, and the boys from LHP have managed to pick up a double cap, which is pretty freaking cool. They are right into this now. 4 on 6. Gramixan's the only one down from ID. They are holding strong at the base. They've got support. AMX 30B is in the back there, looking very, very cool. They are slowly grinding under that crap pressure. They only need 1 more kill. 40 points away from a win in the first round. Let's see if they can do it. They look like they're going to get up. Minor Troller, the T110E5 Rebel, and he's gone. Just Campon now in the IS7, and it doesn't matter. They're going to win this one going away on cap points. I'm going to take a quick 30-second break here and sort something out. Oh, my God. Now let's have a look at the post-battle stats. Oh, fellas, you're not going to believe it. My mouth is like someone is sitting in there with a saw and absolutely going hammer and tong at it. This is not a whole lot of fun. Ahoy, everyone. Ahoy, all the pirates. Oh, everyone who's having a good old time. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was an absolute crackerjack game. The boys from ID just kept it nice and simple. They got a double cap strat. It was very hard to cap B for the Americans. We saw that they defended B very, very, very severely. But the guys from ID were able to get a hold of that and build so much pressure through the cap that it was absolutely a fait accompli. The guys from LHT had to then push around and do their level best to to pick things up and get the roll on. Now, I'm just going to put the Be Right Back humans up there on the stream for 1 second. Oh my God. Right, there you go. Now, the stream is on a 4-minute delay, in case you were wondering. That was absolutely different. Compared to the NA server, that was some crazy kind of different. I'm going to take you through a little bit of that game. Let's have a look on the replay feature. Here we go. Okay, so if we have a look here on the replay feature, it's pretty cool this. I used it yesterday for, the day before for the Twister Cup NA finals, and it went an absolute treat. Everyone loved it. Can't get enough of it. You can see here that all the guys from ID, they've capped, and then they have actually moved right across the map to the other side of the map, and it's forced the guys from LHP to come around and start trying to put pressure on, because as you can see at the top of the screen, it's a 2-cap strat. Now, no one on NA on Canyon was capable of getting a 2-cap strat going yesterday. Everyone was very much guarded against it. And one of the big reasons that that is the case on the NA side of things was the clans that were playing against each other, the Pramo and the Purple guys, have played against each other so many times, and they know their strats so well that they're completely capable of countering them. Now, LHP and ID have not played against each other a terribly large amount. That will come, obviously, if we get into the finals where people look at each other's strats, where they do the research, where they figure it out. But we're seeing fresh strats here. We're seeing new things. And that's pretty exciting after seeing the NA finals, where everything was quite staid by comparison. And you can see exactly what we were talking about there. The guys from, oh God, brilliant camera work, Bushka. Love that camera work. That is some exciting viewpoints, mate. Here we go again. This is great. So ID have completely changed up. They've now gone from one side of the cap to the other side of the cap. They're all centered around this area here, and they're going to support each other. AMX30B has actually gone and he'll position himself over this neck of the woods here and put covering fire back down there. And this is the brilliance of a 2-cap strategy. It builds that pressure. And now the guys from LHP are in severe hit point distress. You can see at the top there, they are 3,000 hit points to the negative in versus ID. And they're also 200 cap points to the negative to ID. And that pressure that they managed to build at the start really picked things up and moved it along. Now, I'm going to go and check things out, see if the next round is ready to go. So what we're doing here today... Oh, man. What we're doing... I must love you guys. What we're doing here today is actually a very different tournament to the normal NA side of things. We have a best of 4 round robin where everyone's going to be playing, getting their points. Whoever finishes 1 and 2 in that group will then progress to the next stage where we have a second group who do a best of 4 round robin. When they pick up all their points, they then progress 2 of those guys through to the next stage as well. And so then the top 2 teams from each of the 2 groups will fight it out for the chance to go to Minsk and the finals. So here we go. Back into the waiting room. Now we have here the boys from CDR. Now that is China Red Dragon. Very, very good clan from the Asian server. I'm going to run you through a few of the teams here now while we talk amongst ourselves. And a lot of these guys are very well known. Quite apart from ID, obviously. China Red Dragon, we have Rain Fury, Dark Strike, ZH1, Dora Bird, AFK Invader, X-Ray Dog, Issa Alf, CDHR, Mine, Misaka Railgun, Nimravis, and LLP 1997. And they're going to be up against TNMN. Now, that is TNMN. I don't know what TNMN stands for. It could be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just simply don't know. But here we go. It's God Dog, Violence, Chariot, Kooky, Mini Dora, Mon 100, who I actually saw today playing with. I was probably a bit salty with him. I was having a very, very big struggle today. Blood and Wine, Reed Dragona, Meth Min, Z Haradako, Rosario Sabiki, and 7H. Mon's in there in the Object 140, and you're straight away seeing that there is a very, very different look to this. Not the same at all as the North American servers go. Here we go. We're off, and we are on Middleburg. Now, yesterday, the day before, rather, I've got to stop saying that. On Middleburg, we saw a very, very interesting tactic. A couple of people in town trying to cap, and then a few more in the hillside. Let's see how these guys go. Are we going to fight for hills, or are we going to fight for holes? Now, none of the mouses in this game have, that I can see, are actually sporting extra hit points. They are all at the 2500 break point. No one running extra hit points. They are running extra armor. Now, we have a big change up. TNMN going top. They have one tank right there in the IS-7 trying to hold that A cap. He is pulling back. He's spotted and he's running. So they're going to cap C and then look to push back around. I'm not sure. We have 2 guys. This is absolutely crazy. This is such a different strat. Look at this. We've got 2 blokes holding down the bottom. Are they trying to bait these guys out? Will they be strong enough, China Red Dragon, to actually stick to their guns? Because, in all honesty, this is an amazingly different strat. China Red Dragon pushing through. They have not capped A. The mouse of Reed Dragnoa and Blood and Wine, they keep resetting the A cap, but they've got it now. China Red Dragon, and they have copped a flogging. AFK Invader, he is really copped a flogging to get this cap. They've put him in severe hit point distress. This is absolutely ingenious, but will it work for them? There are no hit points, next to no hit points gone from the important tanks, and here they come. They're looking to isolate. The Leopard 1 of God Dog Violence is rushing around the top. 2 or 3 IS-7s. They are really going hard here. Battle Fury from China Red Dragon in the IS-7 has taken up a side-scraping position. He might get flanked here. He's getting hammered from both sides. This is absolutely radical. I've never seen a strat like this before in my life. They are behind on cap points, but they are certainly kicking butt in terms of hit points. Rain Fury's about to go. He's got 100 hit points left. There are tanks on all sides. No one in hit point distress from the boys yet from TNMN. Rain Fury down. AFK Invader is just about combat inactive as well. He's on 586. They've got to protect those guns. Now they're starting to push in. They've really pulled back. Battle Hardened Blood and Wine is looking to recap the A. He's going to get that. AFK Invader can't contest, but here comes Nimravis in the mouse. Oh, let's go low on that. He's getting double teamed. They're around him. They're all around him. They've isolated Nimravis. Blood and Wine in the Battle Hardened is in strife as well. One down, the first blue casualty, but there's a lot of low hit point China Red Dragons. This is a big boil over. X-Ray Dog in all sorts. Licorice all sorts. Pulling back. AFK Invader. He's going. He's going. Oh, big boil over here. AFK Invader is protected those hit points right till the end, but there are just too many blue guns around him. Here comes the Leopard of God Dog Violence. Focus firing AFK Invader. He's down. And now the E100 of Z Hate 1 strong. That was crazy, crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. And they've won it on cap. All 3 caps. Wow. Absolutely mad. I've never seen a game like that. That was insane. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. TNMN. What a crazy, crazy strat. And it worked to perfection. That was so impressive. Now I'm going to have a quick look here on the iPad. Wow. Now, it feels like my tongue is literally the size of a door at the moment. Every time I talk, the cut in the tongue is bashing up against the teeth. This is why, you know, I do it for the hard yards, do it for the love. I'm going to take a quick break here, have a drink, be right back. Righto, let's have a look at the instant replay feature here. Now, you can see, looking at that, that is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. If we have a look at this, this is an incredible use of the map. The guys down here can see right down that alleyway there. Now, they're trying to cap China Red Dragon, and that's all well and good, but they're getting belted for it. They're basically facing a hull down mouse and a hull down IS-7. So even though they're able to effectively cap that out, at the same time, they've paid for it with such a steep amount of hit points that it puts our good mate over here, AFK Invader, who you can see right there, in massive hit point distress. And if we look at the mini-map, the entire team is focused around that section of the map there on Middleburg, which is nuts. No one expects that. And they have pumped all the blokes down here as hard as humanly possible. So even though if we go back to the screen and we watch this happen, even though these guys have managed to secure 2 caps, and we saw how important that was for ID in the first game, it's cost them so much in terms of hit points that they've not been able to really make it pay. And making AFK Invader that low on HP means he's effectively a gun that's hiding. Like, he can only come out and pop out now when things are absolutely perfect. And here comes the big push. Now, I don't know if this was an absolute 100% part of the plan, part of the strat, but they've managed to force this battle-hardened Ryan Fury, the captain of China Red Dragon, into a really bad position where he's had to isolate against multiple tanks and been hit from multiple sides. This is glorious. I'm really, really impressed by this. And I hope you guys are too, because this is top flight tactical work. You can see Ryan Fury, he's been covered by the mouse there, and they still haven't expended any real hit points. There's no one in hit point distress there from TNMN. And if we stop that right about there, that is great. That is absolutely perfect. You're going to see something crazy. It's currently 12,500 hit points to 9,000. So they're up by 3,300 hit points. They're up by a tank. And anyone here that in this area here, that tries to defend that area there by pushing forward and side scraping, like, this is the building that they want to be side scraping against, right here. But every time they went towards that spot, they were getting clobbered down this alleyway here by our fantastic hull down partnership, the IS-7 and the mouse. They have free fields of fire all the way down there. Brilliant strat. Loved it to bits. Really impressed. And the rest is really, as they say in the classics, just gravy. You can see the Leopard 1 of God Dog Vincent pushing really, really hard down there. Pushing really, really hard. And it forces the mouse to try and reset that cap. They know they're in strife. They've got to isolate someone. And they try and isolate the IS-7 there of Blood and Wine. But there's just too many blue tanks. They're coming in like the sea. They do clear a tank there, and that's all well and good, but they've just got so much hit point distress. They can't clear things far enough, quickly enough, and it all goes a little bit pear-shaped. Just going to take a drink here, boys and girls. All right, here we are again. All right, it's the boys from ID. Nuada, that's actually a really good idea. Nuada Deshan. I should have worn a mouth guard. I would have. I'll be talking like that. Against EHR now. EHR are one of the top clans on the server. Had a bunch of guys running well over 5k in the recent rating season. This is EHR2. Now, this is Fallman, Seni, Kong, Coquettish Kiss. Don't do that to me. Nisimono, Musakangu. Now, you might remember Musakangu was a leader at, I think it was of XR at the Tokyo Game Show. Katushita, Amushi, Ultimate, Plus Gamma, Beat Hit Beat, and Asto PR. Here we go again. We're rolling. Now, let's see what the strat is here. We've seen an awful lot. Whoopsie daisy. How do you like that sky? Love it. We've seen an awful lot of people pumping, but last Twister Cup season, ID were very, very much the Iron Fist clan on this map. They pushed hard, they pushed hot, they pushed heavy. But there are a lot of very, very experienced guys. Folman was playing at the Tokyo Game Show. Musa Kangu. There is a lot of really experienced tournament players over there on the EHR side. Hard to beat the experience of Gramic Sand, AMX30B, ID Aaron, Ten Sadim. Don't see the larcenist in here, the thief in the night, but you never know, he might turn up after all. So we've got two caps to the boys from EHR, and looks like we're going to cap out A and B for ID as well. And things just settle in very, very quietly here. Not very Bushka like this, is it? Normally I'm screaming and everything, but my the old mouth's hurting just a little bit. A little bit of blood on the mouth guard. Thanks very much, Nwada. Ten Sadim holding that corridor. Now, this is unlike ID. They normally do not sit still for this long at all. There we go. AMX30B and Gramic Sand are both spotted as they move across there, looking to get into a position to do a little bit of something to somebody. They are behind on cap points. You can see, despite they've both got 2 caps, the boys from EHR were able to cap them a little bit faster. Folman holding there. AMX30B looking to put one in. He's pretty safe. No one else with a shot on him. Just Folman. Now, is Gramic Sand going to push around and isolate? He is. There's Folman. Misses the... No, gets a shot. Nails him. Folman could be in strife here. How are they going to respond? There is a big E4. That's a 150mm on the top of that hill. If Gramic Sand rolls forward, Nisimono is going to really have a bit of a field day here. ID Aaron is spotted. ID Aaron is spotted. Now, he is down the end of that corridor that you can see right there. He was spotted trying to come around. Let's see if he gets spotted again. AMX30B of Musa Kangu, if he spots him up, he is. He takes a little bit of a tap. Aaron's going to have to be careful here. 1, 2. Can Musa Kangu plan another? He can't. He's on a full reload, but he's in a perfect position to play this big, long reload game. Oh, big hit on Folman. Ten Sadim's pushed up in the interim, and he's pumped him. Sadim's going to watch out, but they're all going, here it comes. The 5-tank fist. You knew it'd happen sooner or later. Are they going to be able to clear anyone? Sadim's in big strife. 6 tanks there, though. Can they clear him? Astolfo. He's low. Folman's low. LDS is low. They're pushing around. They don't muck around. This is great tanking. ID, this is on the knife's edge. Absolutely on a razor's edge. You've got to watch out, because if they lose a couple of tanks here, they'll go out backwards on cap points. It's a 3-cap strat now. The boys from EHR have 3 caps. They're ahead on hit points. They're ahead on cap points. But they're not quite out of this yet. This could be anyone's. Nisimono, can he get the kill? Gramicson's protecting AMX, but he can't protect him long enough. Another, it's punch, punch, and counter punch. 4 on 4. Oh, 4 on 3. ID are dragging it back from the death. Campon from ID has to get out of there. He's a 1-shot. Can they take him out? ID Aaron protects him. Graham's about to go in the IS-7. They need to clear a tank. They're not going to. It's 3 on 3. But they are severely under the pump here. They've got to get Musa Kangu in the AMX50B. No one else is low. Aaron knows it. They can't get up there. Musa Kangu's going to cap them out. That's it. Wow. Great game. Great game. What a spirit. Well played. Wow. Good golly gee willikers. Absolutely massive game. Big boil over EHR. Some really good Musa Kangu. You saw him perform really well at the Tokyo Game Show. Oh, the mouth. Just incredible stuff there. Incredible stuff. The fact... I'm going to take you through this. This is absolutely brutal. Wow. That is so tough. Let's have a look through. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to take you through this on the replay. And this is brilliant too. This is brilliant. This is the start of the match. And this is where ID basically lose this game. And this is crazy, but the kind of pressure that builds from capping early. The Leopard 1 over there from EHR, you can see he's going to get to decap, but the C cap is where it happens. And that is the ID7 of the I7 of Folman. And he protected that cap right there. That is the game-winning move. He's got to the cap first. They haven't been able to reset it. And by the time ID start capping A, B's not even capped. They've got 2 full caps before ID managed to cap A or B. They must have just, I don't know whether it was an intentional strat or they put the IS4 there, but the IS4 can't get there as well as the IS7 can. Folman just managed to pull that one out of the bag and absolutely brutal. Kept them behind on cap points, kept them behind the whole game. And then you saw the E4 was able to set up shop over there in the corner and absolutely do the business. Geez, this is fun. This is such good tanking. And we're seeing some really different strats. Let's have a look at this. This is absolutely key, hey. The guys, and this is what we talk about when you talk all the time about building pressure through the cap. Have a look here. Like, this is gorgeous stuff. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Just because they own that cap point, because they are up by 50 points on that cap circle, you are able to get a hull down E4, a hull down AMX50B, and a hull down IS7. If we look at the left-hand side of the screen, ID Aaron is spotted, and he is spotted down that line, and he needs to get around. Gramick and the boys have got to set up. Now, they do this really, really well. I'm actually really impressed by this. They kind of snuck it up. They get 2 there, and a tank that ends up here, and a tank that ends up here, and they managed to make a really good push and make a game of it, and they had to. But the fact that Aaron gets so heavily hit here by Musakangu in the AMX50B, and the value of an autoloader that can clip people out with 800 damage really, really quickly, it's just fantastic. I mean, and without much danger to himself, he was able to clip him out, put 2 out of 3 into him, and then pull back and get a full reload in before the ID push came. Oh, just the strat worked to a T. What can you say? And you don't know if ID were on the other side of the map, whether that might have changed things up, but it certainly means that ID are under the pump now. They can't, they've won 1 and they've lost 1. The boys from EHR have won 1, and we now have like China Red Dragon and TNM who fought and lost already. So this is anyone's. ID are absolutely no guarantee of going through to Minsk at this rate. This has put EHR right in the box seat. Now, ID need to win, or rather EHR and ID are a very good odds of qualifying. They've got to win up. But this will be right. This will be right on the pressure pump. This could go anywhere. If there's a, I'll just check the rules here. But if there is a draw, if there is a draw here in the Twister Cup, then you end up, how do we actually decide the tiebreaker? If several teams, a tie break is played between the rival teams on the next day to determine the winner. Right, there you go. So I guess we find out in the future. Now I'm just going to take a quick break here, and I'll be right back. Oh, before I do, just look at how well ID fought back from that. They were absolutely under the pump, and they made this a fantastic contest. I mean, if we look at that there, that is 3-on-3. Despite the fact they had to make all the going, it was 3-on-3, and they nearly pulled this off. That was Aaron. You can see that hit point loss that he took earlier. That was the key. Those 2 shots from Musakangu that he was forced to take as he pushed down there and tried to spot targets. That was the absolute key. Anyway, be right back, boys and girls. Don't miss me too much. Now, boys and girls, I'm just going to check and make sure that we have another match to go and that we're not going to do the rest of these tomorrow evening. Just 1 second. I'll check in with the Russians. What's happening at the moment is I get invited into the tournament rooms automatically. And there is actually no one organising this. So I'm getting invited into the tournament rooms automatically. And I've looked through all the info I have. What we're going to be doing tonight is just that first round robin. I'll show you what I mean. Twister Cup. They've changed it. Previously, it was going to be a whole different format, but they changed it to make it 8 teams. So we actually see tonight the group stage. 8 teams, 4 in every group. Battle format is best of 1, and then they get points for winning. And the team that ranks first and second out of those groups go through to the next stage. Then the next one is the online finals, which is 8 teams, 4 teams from the second group stage, and 4 teams under wildcard. And that's double elimination. And the team that wins that whole thing will go through to the offline finals in Minsk. So apologies, guys, that's all we've got tonight, which is a bit disappointing, really. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy that I don't have to keep talking. I love you all. Make sure you turn up tomorrow night where we're doing the same thing again. Like, we're going to be going again all over the place. And I'm trying to confirm that for you, but just checking through here. I don't know if I can stream World of Tanks PC. I'll try. Yep. All right, guys. I believe that might be it. I've not heard anything back from my girl Daria.